Yes, yes, yes.
From open plains to rugged mountain ranges, wild hogs stand no chance against the firepower and determination of veteran hunters. Footage sent in by hunters from all over the U.S. has left us stunned, dead-on shots, high-speed pursuits, and adrenaline-fueled encounters. Today, brace yourself for the most intense and jaw-dropping clips that'll keep you glued to your screen. Drop a 1 in the comments if you're ready to dive into the most epic wild hog hunts ever caught on film. In the grasslands of Oklahoma, towering reeds offer perfect concealment for wild hogs. Armed with his rifle and trusted hunting dogs, Jay sets out beneath the morning sun, scanning the endless sea of grass for signs of movement. Within minutes, sharp barks erupt from the edge of the field. His dogs have found something. Jay moves quickly toward the sound. A dark figure shifts within the thick reeds. Gripping his rifle, he steps forward with care. One precise shot echoes across the field. The hog drops instantly motionless among the rustling grass. Out on the Texas plains beneath the blazing midday sun, Irene had been in position since early morning. Carefully tracking signs of wild hog activity, she made her way to a well-chosen ambush spot prepared for a long wait. As the heat rose, her moment came. Through her scope, she spotted a massive hog, easily 500 pounds, slowly moving across a rice field, rooting for food. Without hesitation, Irene adjusted her stance, steadied her aim, and squeezed the trigger. The shot cracked through the air. The hog dropped on the spot, still and silent in the open field. As we cross the Arkansas prairies, we enter a fertile stretch of land. Beneath the scorching sun, James stands motionless, eyes locked on freshly churned soil. Without saying a word, he quickly readies his gear and moves into a carefully chosen position. It's only a matter of time before the hogs return. In the distance, a group of wild hogs slowly makes its way toward the feeding ground. As they crest a low hill, a single shot cracks through the silence. The lead hog drops on the spot. More shots ring out in quick bursts, but the rest scatter, disappearing deep into the field. The hunt presses on in Missouri, where not just open grasslands, but dense forests and thick underbrush offer perfect cover for wild hogs. Mark leads his team of seasoned hunting dogs, determined to sweep every inch of terrain, leaving no room for escape. As they track fresh signs through the sunlit brush, the dogs suddenly erupt in frantic barks. Something's close. Mark spins around, eyes scanning fast. Without warning, a massive hog bursts from the bushes. In a split second, a single shot cracks through the air, fast and precise. The hog drops instantly with no chance to run or fight back. From open grasslands to thick forests, the hunt never slows down. This time we venture into the Ozark Mountains, a cold, rugged region where wild hogs often take shelter in rocky caves. Fortunately, today's blazing sun draws them out to forage, creating the perfect opportunity. Nathan gears up quickly and begins climbing the hills to scout the area. Just 15 minutes in, he spots a massive hog, easily over 400 pounds, rooting in the open under the sun. Without hesitation, he raises his rifle, steadies his breath, takes aim, and fires. A single shot echoes across the hills. The herd bolts in panic. The target drops motionless on the grass. Our final stop takes us deep into the quiet brush-covered forests of Alabama, prime territory for wild hogs. Just 15 minutes and a dark figure silently emerges from the nearby bushes in broad daylight. As it steps into clear view, Mike seizes the moment and drops it with a single shot. To ensure there's no chance of escape, he follows up with a second, sealing the deal. Wild hogs, massive beasts weighing up to 300 pounds armed with razor-sharp tusks. They tear through grasslands, attack livestock and people, and rack up millions in damage every year. Traps and fences useless against these relentless invaders. There's only one solution: track them to their lairs deep in unforgiving swamps and take the fight to them. Only the boldest hunters dare face them head-on. Who will make it out of this brutal showdown? Tune in now for the heart-pounding pursuit. This hunt is more dangerous than ever. We're heading deep into wild hog territory in Louisiana, where these beasts expertly hide in dense forest cover. To avoid walking into an ambush, we bring along a team of highly trained hunting dogs. They move fast-track precisely and alert us the moment prey is near. On this mission, the dogs aren't just trackers, they're our eyes, ears, and first line of defense. Today, Bernie and I step into a dangerous area where towering grass offers wild hogs perfect cover. Our team splits up, moving to assigned spots. Just 10 minutes in, the dogs burst into furious barking from the brush. We focus on the noise, tracking every movement. Suddenly, a massive hog charges out of the grass, barreling straight for Bernie. Without hesitation, we open fire. Shots ring out in quick succession, and the hog crashes down in the tall grass. After the heart-pounding encounter, we quickly switch to tracking our next targets. In the distance, wild hogs slowly move through thick grass in a Mississippi foraging. We hold our fire, taking cover in the brush, waiting for them to come closer. Then shots erupt across the swamp, fast and precise, bringing down the ferocious beasts. This area, rich with food, is a true haven for hogs. Within 15 minutes, Silas spots a target. It bursts from the reeds but falls instantly, unable to escape Silas's pinpoint shot. We set up at a prime vantage point in Georgia, scanning the area through binoculars. A group of wild hogs roots around on the forest floor, unaware of our presence. Suddenly, a sharp shot rings out. One hog drops and the rest scatter in panic. Deep in the brush, Bernie quietly tracks another target. A hog steps out from behind a tree. Bernie raises his rifle, takes careful aim, and fires. Perfect. One precise shot and the hog collapses instantly, no chance to react. One shot was all it took. Florida's swampy terrain is harsh and full of dangers we usually avoid. Wild hogs, ferocious beasts with razor-sharp tusks, have been wreaking havoc on farmland, destroying crops and causing thousands of dollars in damage every single day. Farmers are at their wits' end. Traps, poison, fences, none of it works. Left with no other option, they call us hunters, ready to confront the threat head-on. How will this hunt for these destructive pests unfold? Have you ever hunted wild hogs with a gun? If so, drop a 2 in the comments. If not, leave a 5. Tracks and trampled grass clear signs of these monstrous beasts. Fearless, they tear through everything in their path. In South Carolina, we follow their trail and hide in the daylight, waiting silently for our prey to appear. The sun lights up the field, sharpening our view. There they are, rooting without a trace of caution. Anger rises within me. I steady my rifle, take aim at the largest hog, and pull the trigger. Though wounded, it bolts toward the nearby brush. I immediately release the dogs to track it, charging hard through thick thickets. We press deeper and finally find it collapsed on the ground. Continuing through the daylight in Alabama, I catch rustling from the brush ahead. Without hesitation, I raise my scope and peer through the grass. The shape of my prey comes into focus as it moves. I aim carefully and pull the trigger. The shot rings out and the hog drops instantly, no chance to escape. As the sun climbs higher, wild hogs begin foraging in larger numbers, moving in groups across the field. We close in fast, determined to take down as many as we can. I lock onto another and fire. A clean shot down it goes, but the others use the chaos to slip back into the brush. After getting the signal from the team, we head to a Tennessee field where wild hogs are causing serious damage. This time, Jay takes them down with deadly precision. From those hiding deep in the brush to the ones grazing at the field's edge, none get away. The hog population here is overwhelming, raiding livestock pens and leaving destruction in their wake. After hours of tracking and shooting, we managed to drop a good number, but it's just a drop in the bucket compared to what's been reported. The team quickly repositions. This hunt is far from over. Through my scope, I spot a large wild hog moving along the forest edge in Kentucky. More appear foraging in a group. From over 100 meters away, I adjust my position and stance to find the perfect angle. I lock onto the biggest one shot, and it drops on the spot. The rest scatter in panic, fleeing deeper into the forest. We continue sweeping the area, pursuing the escapees. Tracking further into the woods, we suddenly spot a lone hog moving through the grass. I quickly lock onto it. Perfect. Wild hogs, stubborn beasts with razor-sharp tusks, and fierce strength capable of destroying entire crops in minutes. Not just ferocious, but clever, they slip through tight paths and charge when cornered, striking fear into farmers. In Mississippi, their rampage can't go unchecked. It's up to us hunters to act now. How do we take them down? Dive into this thrilling hunt to find out. Early in the morning, we set out by truck heading to the Arkansas hills. This time, we're joined by a team of specially trained hunting dogs skilled at tracking and chasing wild hogs through rugged terrain. Once we arrive, we quickly move to our assigned hunting spot. Just 5 minutes later, the dogs' barks echo through the air. We immediately move toward the sound. A massive wild hog bursts from the underbrush, fleeing the pursuing dogs. As it crashes through the thicket, I pull the trigger without hesitation. The hog drops instantly, no chance to escape. "15 minutes pass in silence. Suddenly, the dog's barks erupt from deep within the Louisiana forest. They've caught the scent of a wild hog. The sound draws closer. I focus, trying to pinpoint the prey. There it is, bursting from the thick brush. I align my rifle with its movement and pull the trigger. With a resounding shot, the hog collapses, unable to take another step. After the clean kill, we quickly move up the hillside. Once again, the dog's barks echo from the brush below. We advance cautiously to investigate. Out of nowhere, another hog charges upward, and I fire without hesitation. A decisive shot. The hog drops motionless, unable to flee any further. At the base of the Texas hills, another team is closing in. They corner a wild hog trying to stay hidden. Under pressure, the hog is forced to abandon its cover. As it bolts, Lucas raises his rifle and locks on. The hog goes down. Soon after, we spot the next target, a wild hog driven out of hiding by the dogs. I quickly track its path aim and fire. The shot rings out and the hog collapses motionless. A teammate reports an escapee, so we use our phones to pinpoint its direction. The dog's barks echo from a nearby Georgia forest. The hog is on the move. I raise my rifle aim and fire. Heading downhill, my dogs suddenly bark loudly. They've likely picked up a hog nearby. After a brief chase, the hog bursts out unaware someone's waiting. One shot stops it dead. Once again, we quickly eliminate the threat to the farmers. The fertile fields of Kansas, vital to the U.S. economy, have turned into a battleground against wild hogs. With food in abundance, these destructive beasts uproot crops, raid livestock pens, and push locals to the brink. What can be done to stop the devastation? Join us and witness the fierce showdown with these monstrous invaders. At dawn in Oklahoma, our team gathered at the rendezvous point. Without wasting time, we prepped our gear, brought the hunting dogs, and split into assigned positions. Once at my hiding spot, I checked my weapon and stayed alert, ready to act the moment a target appeared. 15 minutes passed in silence. Suddenly, the dog's barks erupted from deep in the forest. I listened closely, tracking the prey's movement through their calls. Then it appeared. The wild hog burst from the brush, charging frantically across the green field to escape. Seizing the moment, I raised my scope and pulled the trigger. It dropped right in the middle of the field. In eastern Missouri, Henry was in position, concealed and waiting. Suddenly, a massive wild hog around 400 pounds burst from the edge of tall grass. It tore across the ground like a storm, panicked and speeding through Henry's line of sight. Think it would escape? Not a chance. Henry wasn't about to let that happen. He raised his rifle, aimed in a split second, and fired multiple shots. The hog dropped over 100 meters away. The team presses on this time to a Nebraska field of chest-high dry grass. Following tracks on the ground, we spread out. In the distance, I spot a dark shape rooting a wild hog fully focused on foraging. I move cautiously, stepping slowly to avoid making noise. Then I find a solid vantage point and adjust my stance, grip the rifle firmly, and pull the trigger. One shot, another threat eliminated. We move to a freshly harvested field in Iowa where wild hogs often scavenge after the harvest. As we get into position, Henry spots a group of hogs rummaging near the field's edge, unaware they're being watched. Without hesitation, Henry closes in and raises his rifle. The first shot rings out. As expected, the herd panics and scatters. Quickly, more shots follow. A few hogs drop, but the rest escape into the neighboring field. Determined not to let the others slip away, we quickly push into the adjacent grassy field in Kansas, following the clear tracks on the ground. The team fans out to pursue. There, 2 wild hogs root in the tall grass. I raise my rifle, locking onto the larger one, easily over 400 pounds. Without hesitation, I pull the trigger. The beast drops on the spot. But the other hog reacted lightning fast, bolting into the forest and disappearing instantly. With the sun setting quickly, we hurriedly pursued the remaining hogs before darkness took over. 10 minutes passed, and the dog's urgent barks echoed deep in the woods. Then a resounding shot rang out. It was Henry. A wild hog charging at full speed dropped dead on the spot. Unbelievable. Henry might just be every wild hog's worst nightmare when he pulls the trigger. Thanks for watching all the way through. Please support us with a like and follow. Goodbye and see you in the next videos.
Good shot.
In confrontational situations, wildcats often become aggressive when they feel threatened. During such encounters, a person can defend themselves or make loud noises to scare the cat away, helping to avoid injury. Acting quickly and calmly is key to reducing the risk of harm. Leave a comment with the number 1 to learn more about this fierce animal. Wildcats are medium-sized carnivores weighing around 15 to 30 pounds, native to Europe and Asia. With their distinctive spotted fur, they've rapidly spread across the U.S., causing serious damage to agriculture. In Idaho, the Salmon River Farm reported losing up to 150 chickens and 160 ducks in a single night to wildcat attacks. The total annual damage this species causes farmers is estimated at up to $40 million. To tackle this issue, many states have passed regulations permitting wildcat hunting to control their population and limit agricultural damage. Wildcats typically live in dense forest, mountains, and expansive grasslands. Signs of their presence include round paw prints, buried scat, and claw marks on tree trunks. Hunting wildcats demands skilled trackers who understand their behavior and are proficient with weapon skills honed through a year-long training course in Idaho's Bitterroot Mountains.
Grizzly.
When hunting wildcats on the plains, hunters often use binoculars to scan wide areas for signs of the animals. Once a wildcat comes into view, they assess the distance and time the shot carefully. Hunters usually wait patiently until the cat pauses or changes direction, giving the best shooting angle to ensure the shot is both accurate and humane. Hunting wildcats is a challenging pursuit that demands advanced skills and attracts many hunters because of the species' intelligence and agility. To get a hunting license, hunters must complete a course on firearm safety and hunting ethics. In Idaho, the minimum licensing age is 18 to 65, though some states permit younger hunters under supervision, sometimes as young as 12.
Yes, 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 yes. Here we are walking up on it.
In Texas and Idaho, 250 licensed coonhound dogs assist hunters in tracking wildcats, playing a key role in reducing direct encounters. However, hunters must report their hunts to authorities. Those caught hunting excessively risk fines up to $4,000. Do you think this method is effective? If yes, leave a comment with the number 2. If not, leave a 5.
It's a bobcat, it's a bobcat. Play a small tom or little female. It's a little female.
To improve wildcat population control, Idaho has introduced licensed leg traps for hunting in rural and forested areas limited to northern and central mountain regions. During trap collection, protective shields reduce the risk of wildcat attacks, ensuring hunters' safety. These shields also soften the trap's impact, making it easier and safer for hunters to retrieve wildcats. According to the American Wildlife and Game Conservation Association, between 180,000 and 500,000 wildcats are hunted annually. In 2023, Idaho set a record with 4,200 wildcats taken, while California, home to the largest wildcat population, allowed only 3,000 hunts due to conservation concerns. Experts estimate that hunting has cut wildcat-related damage to poultry farms by about 20% compared to the previous year. An experienced hunter can capture 3 to 4 wildcats per day during the hunting season. However, this number can vary based on weather terrain and local population density. After the hunt, wildcats are often used for their meat, which can be crafted into specialty dishes, while their fur finds a place in the fashion industry. Do you find connecting with other hunters helpful for improving your hunting skills? TTHA strengthens the hunting community by offering memberships that connect like-minded hunters. These memberships provide opportunities to share experiences, tips, and strategies, helping members learn from one another and sharpen their skills. Plus, TTHA connects hunters with professional guides and trusted equipment suppliers. Your feedback is invaluable to hunters in Idaho. Thank you for joining us today. These methods have proven highly effective in controlling the spread of certain invasive species. Do you have any ideas for better solutions? Please share your thoughts in the comments so we can discuss. Thanks for watching the entire video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and recommend the channel to your friends so they can watch too. Goodbye and see you in the next video. On a farm near Darby, Montana, farmers have faced heavy losses from a grizzly bear. An entire cornfield just days from harvest was wiped out with damages estimated at $500. Farmer Daniel Reed, who owns the land, noticed the devastation as corn cobs were stripped bare. His neighbor, Clara Reed, reviewed photos and videos of the bear caught on a nearby security camera. What have the locals done to stop this? Leave a comment with number 1 to find out now. example, locals talk about grizzly bears, elusive shadows slipping silently through the forest, leaving paw prints as wide as a man's hand pressed in the mud. Stories swirl of strange encounters, eerie sounds in the night, and mysteries hidden deep in Montana's woods. My friend Joe and I arrived at dusk, the last stretch of road shrouded in fog, the air heavy with tension. As we climbed the mountain, the feeling of being watched grew stronger. Shadows shifted with every step, and the dense forest closed in around us, silent but threatening. We had entered their domain, the bears' territory. With each ascent, the line between hunter and prey blurred. Today we spotted a dominant male grizzly named Peter, showcasing the fierce instincts and commanding presence typical of his kind. In this tough environment, competition for food is intense, especially with winter approaching. Peter needs to build up enough fat to survive the long, harsh months of hibernation. In recent years, food sources have become scarce. Deforestation and overhunting of key prey like deer and elk have upset the natural balance, making survival tougher than ever. Peter's world is a constant hunt for sustenance, driving him closer into areas shared with humans. As hunger grows, the boundary between wilderness and civilization fades. In early fall, fueled by primal instincts, he moves nearer to Montana's villages. The high energy demands of the grizzly breeding season only add to this urgency. Driven by hunger, Peter becomes boulder raiding villages and scavenging through storage sheds, a stark reminder of how thin the line is between humans and wild beasts when survival is on the line. Grizzlies have roamed Montana's forests for centuries, with records dating back to the 1800s, over 200 years ago. These bears have adapted to the brutal cold, growing massive to survive. Unlike typical bears, they can weigh up to 500 pounds, nearly 3 times the average human's weight. It's time to gear up for a hunt that'll last at least 5 days. We head to Montana Wilderness Gear in Missoula, a treasure trove of rugged supplies, rows of big-bore rifles, ultralight sleeping bags built for sub-zero nights, GPS trackers, and military-grade first aid kits. We grab bear spray and stock up on freeze-dried meals to keep our energy up in the wild. The staff shows us bear-proof canisters, a must-have to protect food, and helps us choose two-way radios. They also recommend a heavy-duty compass as a backup for the GPS because tech can't always be trusted out here. Choosing between a rifle and a bow for bear hunting in Montana really shapes the whole experience. I'm weighing both options carefully. The Marlin 1895 45-70 is powerful and reliable, built to take down big game at 250 yards or more. Montana's strict gun laws mean safe handling and a permit are required. I take that responsibility seriously. Then there's the Hoyt Carbon RX bow, which demands precision and skill. What do you think about bear hunting? If you're for it, leave comment number 2, if not drop a number 5. Using a bow means getting within 40 yards every step, and breath counts. Our first stop is the Bitterroot region. Joe and I have been looking forward to this for months. But standing at the edge of the forest, surrounded by wild, untouched land, a deep stillness settles over us. Getting here wasn't simple. A helicopter drop into rough terrain, a boat ride down a misty river, and miles of bone-rattling truck travel. By mid-morning, we set up a small camp to regroup, checking our gear and quietly going over the plan. The camp feels like a fragile barrier between us and the vast bear country beyond where grizzlies roam unseen. Everything's ready now for whatever might come. This time we move cautiously, always staying downwind. The bear is right there, less than 150 yards away, its dark silhouette slipping silently between the trees. We've been watching this spot for hours, waiting for this moment. My hand tightens around the rifle finger, resting lightly on the trigger. One shot, that's all it takes. But if I miss, who knows how it'll react? Then bang. The tension bursts into a wave of triumph. The bear lies still, a testament to hours of strategy, patience, and courage. With this first success, we press deeper into the forest, moving along the riverbank, knowing the next hunt will test us even more. He drew his bow, the bear squarely in his sights. Then with one fluid motion, the arrow flew, cutting through the stillness like a whispered promise. The first day ended with that decisive shot, and we retreated to the tent to rest and reflect. After taking down the elusive grizzly stalking us deep in the Montana wilderness, Joe and I felt a surge of relief intertwined with deep respect for the raw power we'd just faced. Absolutely, hunting is a profound dance with nature, a humbling reminder of how small we are in the grand scheme. That respect for the wild, the patience, the adrenaline, it all makes the victory that much sweeter. Woohoo indeed. Celebrating not just the hunt, but the connection, the challenge, and the stories that'll live on. What's your favorite part of the whole experience? Exactly. Respecting the animal by using every part is what truly honors the hunt. Preserving the hide carefully ensures a stunning keepsake while the meat sustains and nourishes. It's a full-circle connection celebrating life, survival, and tradition all at once. Are you planning to make something special with the hide or just keep it as a trophy? Beautifully said. That respect for nature and sustainable living is at the heart of every true outdoor experience. Wild encounters teach us humility and connection. I'd love to hear about your own stories in the wild, and thanks for sharing such thoughtful content. If you ever want, I can help craft more scripts or engaging intros for your videos. What's your next adventure?